Russia has claimed full control of Ukraine's eastern Luhansk region. That's after the Ukrainian military withdrew from Lysychansk, the last city in the region under their control. Commanders said they decided to withdraw to save their troops' lives. This brings Russia a step closer to controlling the entire Donbas region, but Ukraine has vowed it will recover the lost territory with the help of more weapons.
Russian armoured vehicles appearing to roll unopposed through Lysychansk. The city was the scene of intense fighting in recent days. But on Sunday, Ukraine's military said it was forced to withdraw. Moscow claims Lysychansk and the whole Luhansk region is now under its control, with the Russian Ministry of Defense releasing this footage of its troops raising the Russian flag in a village on the region's border. In Kyiv, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was resolute that his troops would reclaim the region.
If our army command withdraws people from certain points of the front where the enemy has the greatest superiority in firepower, in particular this applies to Lysychansk, it means only one thing: we will return. Thanks to our tactics, thanks to the increase in the supply of modern weapons, Ukraine is not giving anything up. We are gradually moving forward in the Kharkiv region, in the Kherson region, and at sea. There will be a day when we will say the same about Donbas.
Russia's next move towards its goal of seizing the whole Donbas area appears to be Slovyansk. On Sunday, a local market was struck by Russian rockets. According to the mayor, several civilians were killed.
The biggest shelling of Slovyansk in recent times. There are many wounded and killed. Hold on, we're in this together.
But with Russia now in a better place to keep pushing forward with its assault on the Donbas, for Slovyansk there are likely to be even darker days ahead.
DW correspondent Emmanuel Chaz is in the Ukrainian capital, Kiev, and joins us now. Emma, Russia claims to be in control of that key eastern city of Lysychansk. How big of a loss is this for Ukraine?
Well, of course, Terry, this is a major setback for the Ukrainian armed forces, Lysychansk being the latest big city to not be under Russian control up until now. Russia does claim that it controls Luhansk now. However, we have to keep in mind that the fighting is still very much ongoing in pockets of resistance all across the Luhansk region. So, of course, it's on a path to most likely control the entirety of the region and to have now new objectives in the nearby Donetsk region. But right now there's still active pocket of Ukrainian resistance with the Ukrainian side, and President Volodymyr Zelensky, we've just heard it, saying that this was a strategic retreat so as to prevent further loss of life of the Ukrainian armed forces.
What about the people of Lysychansk and the surrounding areas, Emma? Have those who want to leave been able to get out?
Well, a lot of people got out. You have to keep in mind that those towns, Lysychansk, Severodonetsk, all the cities that are now under Russian occupation in the eastern part of the country, they have become ghost towns. Most of them have seen their population decrease by 90%. So really, there's almost nobody left, bar a few thousand people. But those people live in very, very dire condition. Most of them have no access to running water, there's no electricity, no means to communicate with internet, etc. So very dire situation for civilians who are still there. And right now there's no humanitarian corridors that has been organized to get out of Lysychansk.
So now that Russia apparently has control of the bulk of Luhansk, can we now expect the focus of the fighting to shift indeed to Donetsk, the other major part of that Donbas region?
Of course, that's probably going to, having Lysychansk will probably help them progress even further. And the objective of Russia was to conquer the entirety of Donbas. They're certainly on a path to do so. However, we also have to bear in mind that Ukrainian armed forces are now supported by Western weaponry, and we've seen that those inflicted significant damage to Russian positions, especially in the southeastern parts of the country around Mykolaiv. Ukrainian armed forces claim they've destroyed a number of ammunition warehouses belonging to Russian troops. So it's a very moving situation, and the fighting is ongoing in Donbas, ongoing in Donetsk, and it shows no sign of winding down.
Emmanuel, thank you very much. DW correspondent Emmanuel Shah is there in Kiev.